How many pounds of pasta do you think will be cooked tonight? 6, 7, 8?
I hope it's not more than 10.
I'd like to know when does she need me as she breathes?
So today's video is going to be very different from what you are used to on this channel. I've been invited to cook at 368 for Casey Neistat, I'm assuming, and 35 or 40 other creators. As you know, if you followed me from the beginning, this is obviously something that I've always aspired to do. As soon as I heard that he started a space not too far away from me, had a kitchen in it, and he wanted to entertain, I wanted to be a part of that. As somebody who's fed people for the better part of his adult life, I wanted to figure out a way in which I can spend time outside of just teaching you guys how to cook to also feed people in real life, especially creators who I personally can relate to and understand how hard they work and sometimes question how they're taking care of themselves. And I always tell people, think of me as the internet's Italian grandmother. I'm looking out for everybody. I want to make sure everybody's okay, and when I have an opportunity to feed somebody, I want to do so. And so I'm going to 368 tomorrow, and you better believe I'm gonna deliver. We're making tomato sauce, we're making pasta, we're making meatballs. On top of that, we're making garlic bread, making some salad. I'm also making some Nutella Rice Krispie balls, which I will make a video about soon. I actually just got a call. Initially it was 25 people. Now it's up to about 40. So I'm thinking I have to add some appetizers and just make sure I have enough food. This episode is going to be me documenting the process, me documenting the prep, and then I guess I'll bring some cameras there. So this is day one. I have a lot of work to do. If you want to see how to make pasta and meatballs, this exact recipe, there's a link in the description, and I'll put one up here possibly. Things are going to be very simple, but I'm going to try and present them really elegantly, make it very comforting. I want it to feel like they're at grandma's house. I'm just going to jump right into it, and I hope you enjoy watching the process of me not in teaching mode, not in YouTube mode, in work mode. So let's get into it. Tapioca flour. It's ground really fine. This stuff thickens sauces. What it also does when you add it to something like a peanut butter or a Nutella is that it changes the texture to the point where it's not sticky, it becomes pliable, and you can roll it into a ball. And then we're just gonna add Rice Krispie treats to it and then make a dusting out of the same stuff. I'll make a video about it, but just sort of watch how it happens. That's a Nutella ball. So this is about like 90 Nutella balls. I'm gonna go with that. Hopefully this dust doesn't sort of absorb too much, but I got some leftover just in case. I want to redust them before I serve. So these are done. I'm gonna store them. I'd like to roll this up, roll. Does she need me as she roll? got meatballs ready, sauce ready, Nutella balls ready. I'm just gonna finish this up, get everything packed, and then go get some rest. Finish up in the morning, and then we'll check back in and see how we did tomorrow. It's day 2. Just got back from the store, picked up some stuff for cheese board, a little odds and ends, some fresh bread. Everything's sort of ready to go. I just need to prepare a few things, get everything packed up, and then head on into the city over to 368. I got like 12 pounds of pasta, just in case. I got 15 pounds of tomato sauce, 10 pounds of meatballs, some sausage, and I'm sitting here worried that I don't have enough tomato sauce. So I'm just gonna bring some extra. If I need some more, I can make it quick, but 15 pounds, man, should be enough. The tricky thing is just the quantity. You know, multiplying recipes doesn't always equate into the same product as like an original recipe for 4 that I might show you. So like making meatballs, there's always the concern it's under seasoned or some proportion isn't wrong. But generally when I make meatballs, I base it off of a smell. When I have the balls rolled and they smell a certain way, I usually know they're right. I think I'm pretty happy about that. The sauce tastes really good. I'm gonna have a little bit of a portion for vegetarians, and then the rest, the meatballs are gonna be cooking in, flavoring the sauce. The sausage is gonna be in the sauce, flavoring the sauce. I wanna knock these guys' socks off. Also picked up some cannolis to go with my Nutella balls in case anybody has some sort of nut thing from the Nutella. I think I'm ready to go.
I'd like to know when we're touching. I'd like to know. It's a whoa. Does she need me? And she whoa.
So I packed the car and headed to 368. I was feeling good, but when you serve food at large parties, there's usually an obstacle to overcome, and today was no exception. I brought a bunch of pots and pans with me, thinking they had a normal stove, but once I got there, I was surprised with an induction stove. And a lot of the pans I brought wouldn't work on it, and I assumed they wouldn't have big pans. They had little like rinky-dink pans like this to cook on. And if I'm cooking for 40 people, that's not gonna fly. The key to a good chef is adaptability. So I made do with what I had, put my head down, and I went straight to work. Then I had to start cooking the pasta. The one pot that I brought that was big enough that worked, I cooked the pasta in. I drain the pasta without draining the water and get the pot back on the stove and cook more pasta in it. But with this induction burner, every time you move the pot, the induction burner turns off. I had to make sure that thing was always on full blast because it kept turning off. By some miracle, I didn't burn any bread. That's a signature move for me, so I'm thankful for that. Again, the stove shut off. This is vegetarian, no meat, no meatballs in it, just plain sauce, plain pasta.
Should we put like a little sign?
I actually have them.
Oh, you do?
I have little chalkboard signs.
Oh, awesome.
Obviously, I came prepared.
How many pounds of pasta do you think will be cooked tonight? 6, 7, 8?
I hope it's not more than 10.
Usually you cook for 3, 4, 5 people, or like
2 people, 3 people.
Yeah.
I would finish this pasta in hot. You guys got induction here, so all my pots don't work.
Ah. Damn it, Sam.
The big struggle was just finding big enough stuff to toss and like hold some of the cooked food after it was done, because I had to do all of this in batches. So timing everything, keeping everything hot was a big challenge.
This time lapse is out of focus.
That's it. That's mine.
Oh, can I help you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Priority's the food, man.
Oh no, definitely. I hear that, dude.
When it was all said and done, everybody seemed to enjoy it. There was a lot of good feedback and everybody seemed happy. Somebody actually came up to me and told me that the whole thing just reminded me so much of their grandma's house. He's like, if he closed his eyes, there would have been no difference. And that was sort of the vibe I was trying to create, and I was happy it came across that way. I've been to 368 twice now. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about it, but what I've come to learn from my time there, when I started, I was frustrated at how hard it was to sort of connect with other people who were doing what I was doing. People who I could relate to and related to the hustle. But now that a place like that exists, even though it might not be easily accessible to everyone, the ability to have a place where you can rub shoulders with other creative types doing cool things, inspired people, you get to know each other, learn from each other, inspire each other. To me, that's an amazing resource. It's a creative gathering place. And as a cook, to see a room full of hardworking, hustling, creative people, take a minute to slow down, be with each other, enjoy a meal together that was lovingly prepared, to me, that's what it's all about. That's exactly the type of vibe you strive to create when you love to feed people. I want to thank Jordan STUDDARD and some of the guys at 368, Pat Russell, Ella, for hooking up some footage to share with me, and for Sam SHEFFER for making sure my camera was well focused. And of course, thank you to Casey for having this place, for having me, and hope you enjoyed the pickled jalapenos. I'll link all these guys down below, all very cool, creative people. I hope to see you all again soon. And one last important thing that I learned for myself is that it's been a few years since I served any group of people that large in that sort of situation. So to have successfully pulled it off, it's sort of nice to know I still got it.